one for you and one for me. Holly jolly Christmas, and in case you didn't hear.
What's up, guys? My name is Makayla. I'm kind of new to this whole fitness thing, posting videos. I have about a half hour to an hour commute every day, so it's only right that I take the time to blabber about what I do. Right now I'm training or studying to become a certified personal trainer through the National Academy of Sports Medicine. It's always been something I've wanted to do because I've worked at a gym since high school until the end of college, and I've been around personal trainers all of my life. And my aunt, she competed in a bodybuilding competition, and she kind of sparked my interest back when I was around 11 or 12 years old, when she used to bring me to the gym, and I became familiar with workout routines, the different kind of machines, and then I used to go to her total body classes, and I was probably the youngest there, but it really intrigued me. A little background: I am 22. I live in Berkshire County in Massachusetts. I'm from upstate New York, and I went to school out here, so then I stayed. I live with my boyfriend and my cat, Karma, and I actually work in Vermont, which is why I have such a long commute. I work as a newspaper reporter. In the early mornings, about 3 or 4 days a week, I work at the local bakery. I'm in at 4 a.m. doing muffins, scones, cookies, quiche, you name it. And that's probably the most tempting part of staying fit and healthy, is all the scraps that come off the muffin trays. They smell so good. I have a really bad sweet tooth. But lately I've been substituting that with wine or craft beer, so I guess you pick your sugar battles. Then at the end of October, I signed up for a 16-week class through NASM to finally commit to becoming a personal trainer. Last Christmas, I got one of the textbooks, and I said I was just going to study without the class and just take the test on my own. But a year went by, and I only made it to chapter 6 because I started working, and nothing was holding me accountable for studying. I didn't have a class to go to every week. I didn't have other people to talk to about it. It was just reading a textbook. And I'm terrible at studying in the first place, so this has definitely been a learning process. So now I'm halfway through the course, and I hope to be certified by March, as long as everything goes well. I'm still having some trouble setting aside time to actually study, but I think this halfway point is really gonna make me want to follow through with the whole thing and push towards the end. So I know that this is my first video, and you guys are just getting to know me, but I wanted to talk about a few things that I've been experiencing lately. For example, yesterday was just one of those days where I woke up and my checking account was in the negative. After work, I sat at a green light and just let it go, slipping on ice, little things like that. A bit of a scatterbrain. And I always try to justify why I feel certain ways, and I'm sure many of you do the same. It makes us feel better. But I always think back to about a year ago when I was so committed to working out, and how I felt when I was working out 5 and 6 days a week, how my body was from day to day. Like, was I as clumsy as I am now? Was I as scatterbrained? Did I forget a lot? And maybe exercising has nothing to do with it, but I just kind of that's just how my thought process went. So I'm hoping that by getting back into a routine, I can reestablish that connection between mind and body, because that's really what it's about. You know, when your body is not the way it used to be or how you want it to be, then it's not going to be on the same track with your mind. It just goes hand in hand. Your mind tells the body what it wants, and if that's not happening, then you know you're off balance. And I'm really passionate about being in balance and in tune with my body and my mind, and I try to really convey that to the public, because I write a weekly health column at the newspaper, and I really hammer that down, that it's not just about your physical health, but definitely your internal and mental health, because without that, it's nothing. You can't just go to the gym and lift weights and either expect results or understand why you're doing what you're doing, if that makes sense. There just has to be that connection, and anyone who's really into fitness can speak on that. So I've been sort of thinking about that lately, and like I said, I can only hope that by getting back into a routine, I'm able to come back into this connection that I have with my body and my mind, and be able to live a little bit more peacefully, flow better, think more clearly. And to that, I did hot yoga on Monday night in the town over from me where I went to school. And I've only ever done hot yoga in my hometown in Albany, New York, just because that's the only location that did it over there. And I got really accustomed to the teachers there, because I would only take one or two of the same classes, like gentle, flow, or Bikram, which is really, really challenging. If you've never taken Bikram yoga before, please do it, because talking about the mind and body, that is serious. It's a great class. Side note, I do yoga. I try to challenge myself in all areas of fitness. I primarily like to bodybuild just because it's more convenient for me, but I also do high intensity interval training, yoga. I run a lot. I try to. I don't like it, but you know, it does the body good. You know, all kinds of integrative exercising. You really have to hit your body on all planes. So, side note over, I went to hot yoga. The instructor actually learned from the instructors that I was familiar with in New York. And I thought the class was going to go similar to what I was used to, which is, you know, that's normal to feel that way. And then the sequence changed, and my intuition that I set was stay stable, don't give up, and really hold in there. Because I've been, you know, especially in the Bikram class, you need to hold the poses for a very, very long time. And there's sets to it too. Some classes have sets, some classes don't. Repetitive sets. So with this one, I was just really, really thrilled because of how it flowed. It flowed really well, and it challenged me. Like, there were some times where I did have to look at other people because I didn't know what to do. And it seemed like that class was a regular class, because there's things that other people had been working on. You know, they've come every week. So I was the new face, and I was taking notes. And what I thought was, like, you know, setting up my mat a middle part of the way in the room, I was pretty much in the front. Everyone scurried to the back. So it really kind of opened my eyes to a lot of things. One, change is good, and I need to try more classes because I don't think I'm ready yet to keep challenging myself on my own in the gym with weights. I research a lot of different workout routines, but it just doesn't seem to cut it. I don't find one that I can stick to. So with classes, I think it'll really open up my mind and maybe influence my work in the gym, and that can be carried over into, my studying of becoming a personal trainer. Moral of the story is try new things, be open, and stay connected with your body. Don't lose touch with what you think you should be doing. Intentions, setting up intentions. I wanted to stay stable, strong, and I did give up in some of the poses. I did have to break out of it and reset because some of them were new to me, and like I said, I hadn't worked out in so long, so my quads were shaking so bad. But one of the things I thought about when I was in the class was, oh, this is why you're so weak. Like, you used to be able to do all of this, you used to be able to do this, you used to be able to try this pose. Now you're the one who's holding it, and other people in the class are doing better. All of these negative thoughts were flowing in, which is not what's supposed to happen during yoga, because in yoga you're not supposed to be thinking. It's a form of meditation. You cope with breathing in and out, and I was constantly fighting that, and I don't really have a solution for why I felt that way, but I kind of took it as inspiration to really fight to challenge myself, and be a better person mentally in the class and out of the class, and in the gym alone, and overall. I'm definitely going to go back next week for the same class, because I did a 2 for $20 deal, and I'm going to do it again with the same girls, and just keep learning. And that's really what it's all about. You got to keep learning from yourself, from others, and keep pushing forward.